G'day guys, and welcome to another episode of Sons, Start of Nothing Special. I hope you have had a good week so far. Topic today is one that has been on my mind for quite a while. To prevent a misunderstanding and to accurately dictate what I am wanting to convey to you guys, I've just written myself notes to read through. As a society, I believe we are undereducated and over-diagnosed. What I mean is, because we can diagnose a problem, we use it as a crutch, as though we are now exempt from taking responsibility, accountability of our actions. We live in an age where we know the cause of our problems, yet we refuse to do anything about it. For example, for the first half of my life, I did not know my real father. He was just a figment of my very creative imagination. I had no one to look up to, no one to show me, no one to teach me what it takes to be a young man. No one to teach me how to deal with my anger and my frustrations, how to work through my feelings and express them in a productive and non-toxic way. As a result, my way of handling pain, anger, conflict was to avoid, shut down, and retreat. This would then later on affect and destroy my marriage. I found myself questioning what it meant to lead a family, to be a protector or a good provider. What do I know about emotional control, regulation? And now, on top of that, I have someone else dependent on me for everything and more. Now faced with conflicts, emotions I didn't understand. I would constantly go 3 days to a week of silence, retreating from my problems and my partner. I became cold and turned to alcohol as my protector. The time came when I had to make a life-changing decision. Continue along with this diagnosis or change. I had to acknowledge my weakness and my shortcomings, accept that I had a long way to go. However, I was determined not to continue this generational trauma any longer. And now I had someone who will be looking up to me, my sweet little girl. I feel a great privilege and responsibility in being a father. As a father, you are supposed to love your daughter, not hurt her physically or emotionally. You're supposed to be there all the time when they need a strong hug or a gentle one. A gentle kiss of reassurance so that they know it'll all be okay. To hold their hand when the storms are rough, to protect them, not to leave when it gets hard. With every aggressive or angry outburst over small things, you create years of growing up with anxiety, depression, lack of self-worth, or confidence, which in time will result in our sons growing with internalized anger, lack of control, and suicidal ideations. And our daughters growing to accept violence, sexual abuse, and low self-esteem, with lack of trust towards men. They'll be stuck in loveless, controlling, and toxic relationships and marriage. A mother's love is shown through her sacrifices, strength, and protection. Her love is expressed through cooking, which brings everyone together to feel a sense of belonging and a sense of safety. She teaches how to cook and clean. Oftentimes she's asked to be the keeper of secrets and how to look after her man, the father. Her daily duties include being the organizer and the pacifier for everyone. Constantly, she's been asked to always put others before herself or her well-being. Many mothers are the glue that keep families together. In a previous video, I tried to elaborate on the idea of single mothers. But in my attempt in doing that, I felt as though I isolated the mothers. My intentions was never to put a blame on mothers. My intention was not to say, all these women are choosing to be single mums. It was to signal an alarm to all the guys out there saying, step up. I don't think any mum wakes up and decides to parent alone. There's many reasons why people or relationships don't work. Oftentimes, the man doesn't have a sense of duty and runs off. But I know quite a few men that have found a beautiful way of being in their son's life, in their daughter's life, being the man that they need to be. I'm a father, 6-year-old girl. That should change my thinking and how I carry myself. I should be held higher because of that. Once upon a time, we were held to that. If you say I'm married, you were held to a higher caliber. If you say you've got kids, you were held to a higher standard. So it should matter. If I express to you that I am a father, yes, I should be held, and we all should be held to a higher caliber. Fathers, we have a huge responsibility. And I'm ashamed at the fact that I have fallen. I have disrespected the sanctity of marriage, and I've disrespected what it means to be a father. I am learning daily, and I'm working tirelessly to get this right. You should feel a sense of responsibility being a father. Your role is very important. Mothers shouldn't be doing everything by themselves. Women have been asked to step up, and they did, leaving us behind. And that's the point of my whole page. Just because of what I've gone through, I was kidnapped for a week as a child. I didn't have an example of a father. I didn't have the resources you have. I didn't have any of that. Yet I was adamant in having my child not witness or experience any generational trauma, to protect her from that. I knew what my diagnosis was. I acknowledged my weakness, but I didn't use that as a crutch. I said, my daughter doesn't have to feel the pain or go through what I've gone through. That is our roles as father, protect. Women are smarter than you, hardworking than you, have a lot of things that they sacrifice: health, well-being, peace of mind, their bodies. They've left us behind. Now we need to catch up as a collective. We need to catch up. I do appreciate you all, and I hope you have a fantastic day.